Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the GoPro Hero 10. It was launched back in September 2021. Is it still worth it in 2022? Let's find out. By this time of the year, you're already probably familiar with the GoPro Hero 10. But for the sake of the video, here's a list of specifications as a refresher. Going through the highlights, it has GoPro's latest in-house designed GP2 chip with HyperSmooth 4.0, a step up from last year's GoPro Hero 9's HyperSmooth 3.0. It has dual LCD displays, front and back, just like the GoPro Hero 9, but with this year's GoPro Hero 10, it has an upgraded touch responsiveness versus the GoPro Hero 9's very laggy display. For photos, it has a 23 megapixel sensor which can capture very vibrant photos with high dynamic range thanks to that super photo mode. For video, it has a maximum capability of capturing at 5.3K at 60 frames per second. It can also capture at 4K at 120 frames per second for those crisp slow-mos. And for those super slow-mo videos, it can also capture at 480 frames per second at a maximum resolution of 2K. Now let's talk about my user experience. I use it for POV shots when I'm riding my bike.
Rider 17.
For some slow-mo videos, for some action shots. I use it for some cinematic shots, you know. And it's good for walk and talk vlogging. I use it for walk and talk vlogging sometimes when I don't want to use my phone or a big camera. And I use it daily as a dash cam on my motorcycle helmet on my daily commute. Now let's talk about build quality. GoPro cameras are known for their durability. I've seen them used in extreme motorsports, in rally cars. I've seen videos on YouTube being found on rivers, last for years, and they still work. The Hero 10's build quality, I would say, still holds up to its predecessors. Kinda. Now, my only main area of concern is this large rear display. I've seen people break this on their first day. Jeez. Other than that, I would say the overall build quality of the GoPro Hero 10 is fantastic. With the removable lens cover, you can always replace it if it gets scratched. On the subject of replacement parts, I would say they are abundant. I say this because the Hero 10 shares the same body as the Hero 9, meaning that the battery, the lens, battery cover, and cases will fit both models interchangeably. No problem. So if you already have the Hero 9 and a bunch of accessories for it, like the Max Lens mod, the Media mod, it will work just fine with the Hero 10. I've only talked about good things about the Hero 10 thus far. That's because everything about the Hero 10 is pretty good. Then we get the software. I'm gonna be real honest with GoPro software. It's not good. I would even go as far as saying it's terrible. As I was saying, okay, let me elaborate on my problem with the GoPro Hero 10. So I had this one evening, I received a firmware update for my GoPro Hero 10, installed it, thinking that it would improve the video performance, the video quality, etc. Well, it didn't. Then morning comes, as I was about to go on my bike ride. Bike is ready, gear is ready, and my GoPro was not. So as I was fiddling around with my GoPro to change the settings or whatnot before my ride, it started boot looping. So what is boot loop? It's basically that when you turn on your GoPro and a few seconds later it will shut down, then it will turn on back again, shut down, and it will continue that cycle for until the battery dies. I don't remember, but that's basically what boot loop is. And that happened just minutes before my ride. So I just tossed my GoPro aside and just left for my ride without my GoPro. It was a bit disappointing as I was planning to shoot a bike vlog that day, and imagine without a GoPro for some awesome immersive POV shots. So I had to deal with it, and thankfully that day I also received my Galaxy S22 Ultra. So I just used that for some B-rolls, for some action shots, and so I just basically had to deal with it. And to fix that boot looping issue, you had to roll back your firmware. I had to contact GoPro support, and thankfully here in the Philippines we have GoPro support. Gave me instructions, downloaded a firmware from their website, put in a blank SD card, install it in the GoPro, start it up, and it will automatically boot, then install the old firmware from your SD card. Another issue that I would like to point out is overheating. You may see some videos on YouTube about the GoPro Hero 10 overheating. Thankfully, even living in a tropical country, I didn't encounter any of those. So don't be disheartened when you see any GoPro Hero 10s that overheat, that you watch some videos about the GoPro Hero 10 overheating. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Unless you're planning to use the GoPro for stationary shots, using it on tripods where there is no airflow, because the GoPro Hero 10 is an action camera and it was designed for action shots where there's always airflow when you are moving. I didn't encounter any overheating with the GoPro Hero 10. Well, in my case anyway. But that was almost a year ago, and by now GoPro softwares are a lot more reliable, and that's all in the past. Hopefully. Moving on, let's talk about video quality. Now, this is where the part that I can confidently say that GoPro nailed it. With the Hypersmooth 4.0 paired with Super View, you get the most amazing and immersive POV videos I've seen. You can get crisp, stable videos once you get those settings dialed in. Well, I am filming at night straight from the GoPro, and as you can see, it's not that great. So if you're planning to use the GoPro for vlogging at night, just don't. As for battery life, It packs a 1750 milliamp hour battery. It gets me most of my trail rides. Usually I pack another one or two batteries just in case. And swapping out batteries is easy. It just takes a minute. I don't even need to take off my helmet. You know, muscle memory. You can just swap out the batteries while it's on your head, and that's it. Easy. Oh, and one more thing. Just in case you need to top up your GoPro Hero 10 and you don't have spare batteries, the GoPro Hero 10 supports fast charging. Oh, and just recently, GoPro launched the Enduro battery for the GoPro Hero 10, which is also compatible with the GoPro Hero 9, as they are almost the same camera with just upgraded specifications. And they claim that with the Enduro battery, you can gain 40% more runtime, 13% faster charging, and it's a lot more resistant to cold temperatures. And that's good news to all of you who are living in colder regions. So this is coming straight from the GoPro. I'm shooting at 4K 30 frames per second. And if you can hear me loud and clear, then please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. As all of you heard, the built-in mics on the GoPro Hero 10 are, I'd say, acceptable. And it's considering that the GoPro Hero 10 has a waterproof sealed body, the sound is, yeah, it's pretty good. I've seen other YouTubers place dead cats on their GoPro Hero 10s. You know, those fluffy little things to deaden out any wind noise. So what I did with mine is a little different. I placed foam windscreen. It's something that you can find pretty much anywhere. I just stick that with I think I used double-sided tape around the camera hole. No, the microphone hole. It has one mic here and another microphone here. This is it's what they call a drain hole mic. It's basically it auto drains water when you use our GoPro around water. And I'm not sure if under here, as you can see, if one is a speaker, because there's two, if one is a speaker and the other one is a microphone. I use this foam windscreen rather than a dead cat because I found it a lot more easier to install when using third-party GoPro cases, even original cases, because those dead cats certainly takes up a lot of space. And what I did with the top microphone is something I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called a speaker mesh. It's for phones to block out any debris getting into your getting into the speakers. And I found it that it can also help with any wind that can muffle the sound. Phew. Finally, I've covered about everything about the GoPro Hero 10. Oh, and one more thing. GoPro is set to release the GoPro Hero 11 next month. And leaks online shows that DJI might also release their Osmo Action in the same month. Right now, you can get the GoPro Hero 10 for around 410 US dollars or around 24,000 pesos here in the Philippines, and that's a lot cheaper when it was first launched, around 500 US dollars and 28,000 pesos. Considering that, the Hero 10's price could get another discount. Hey, since we're almost at the end of the video, I've just got a few suggestions for GoPro. Maybe for future firmware updates for the GoPro Hero 10, or maybe an upgrade for the GoPro Hero 11. So here's a few. No more adapters for external microphone. Goodbye media mod. Another one is to incorporate system settings to presets. Now, what do I mean by this? So this is what I mean by to incorporate the system settings to the presets. So what I mean is, so let's say I want to use this preset, the activity, and I want that preset to automatically adjust if I want my front screen to turn on for walk and talk vlogging, and if you can also incorporate the LEDs to whichever mode you set it in. Let's say if I want to use this cinematic mode, it will automatically adjust the system settings like the LED, the sound, the front screen, and if there's anything I've missed, because it's kind of frustrating that every time you have to change mode. Okay, let's say I want this mode, automatically want to turn on the wireless connections on and off. So maybe you'd like to use this mode, whichever mode you like, and set it to automatically turn on or off your wireless connections. Because changing any of these settings, you need to go to the settings and find whichever option you want to change, like the LEDs, the sound, and other things like that. My last suggestion is allow the users to customize the presets menu. This is the other thing that I want to mention. Please, GoPro, let us customize our preset settings. Let's say I want to rename this basic, this standard, and etc. And you can't do that. And I don't even use the other modes. I just want to customize my own presets and my own naming. So that's it, guys. That's my 1-year review for the GoPro Hero 10. Despite the GoPro Hero 11 might release a few days from now, I still think the GoPro Hero 10 is still a solid option for 2022. Maybe it might expecting big discounts for the GoPro Hero 10 thanks to the GoPro Hero 11's release. Yeah, the GoPro Hero 10 is, it still holds up to the standards of 2022. Hey, maybe next year we'll see it again in another video. So that's it, guys. I'm Ronel Aliento. This is the Hardcore Life PH channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next.